Hi everyone, it's Ken from the Workflow team here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to interact with several maps using Geocortex Workflow. Let's get started. So here we see App Designer configuring an application for a web viewer, and on the top part here we've got a workflow. You choose one map or the other one, and then you choose Set Extent. So you can see here there are two different maps, and if I click Set Extent, it changes the location, and if I do the same to the other one, it changes that as well. So notice they're now both showing the same location but in a different style because they're two different maps configured in different ways. So let's take a look at the workflow that actually does that for us, see how it works. So we've got a radio group here, and nothing really fancy about that. The main thing to draw attention to here is the values are important. These are the IDs of the maps within the app, which I'll come to in a minute. I'll show you how you find those values. But for now, that's the values on the radio buttons. And then when we click the Set Extent button, you can see there's a click handler here. And so what we do is we call this set map method. So this is the new activity that we've got that is where the magic happens really with changing between maps. So all we're doing here is we're passing in the selected value from the radio group, which is the value of the corresponding radio button that was selected. So we pass in the ID, and what that means is from this point on, after the set map activity is finished, anything we do from this point on that interacts with the map is going to be interacting with that map, the one that we just chose. So we get a geometry. This is the JSON for that location, and it's the same JSON we use both times, so both maps get set to the same place. And then we've got set map extent. Now notice set map extent doesn't take an input for which map you're using because we've already set the map up here. So set map extent just uses, as we call, the current map, so whichever map you most recently set, and it sets that geometry for its extent. So it's pretty straightforward, but it's also very powerful as well because it can allow you to do lots of useful things. Now, the other detail then was how do we find out those IDs in the first place? So we can do this here, enable selection, click on a map, and then up here, click on the help icon for the map, and it shows me this here, model ID default. And that's a feature of the new version of web. And that's really handy to be able to see that there. Otherwise, you'd have to look inside the definition. It would be a bit more complicated. And then we can see the other one here, map config 2. So that's how we see the IDs. That's how we set up our workflow. And that's how we can work with several maps. Thanks for your time, and I hope you found this useful. See you next time.